Hello everybody, it's Lavetta from SheBusy Productions, and I'm here in the SheBusy office to let you guys in on a few of my secret videographer tips and a few DIY items that have helped me in my career as a videographer and made things more beautiful without being more expensive. So if you would like to find out how I made my job that much more easier without the expense, stay tuned and you'll be able to see how. The first DIY item I would like to show you is my monopod with a glider. So it's kind of like a monopod tripod dolly, if you will. I use this actually to shoot a wedding, and it's just a very inexpensive monopod with the standard thread on top. But I took some furniture wheels that I found at Home Depot. I think this set was about somewhere between $5 and $9. I'm not quite sure right now, but I will find the actual item and the price, and I'll put it here in the video. I took off the foot on the end of the monopod and screwed in, I think this is a 5/16 bolt up through the bottom to join it into the foot. But what happened was it was a little bit of a gap space because the thread was so long, so I added a small piece of PVC just to hold it. I had no problem at all rolling this. Across a floor or anything of that nature. Now up here, what I did was I added a strap. And the reason why I added the strap was because I knew I wanted to get some really cool and interesting shots of this wedding. So I added the strap. This is actually from an old I think satchel that I had. Might have been a messenger bag, not sure. And I hooked it onto a leather strap that used to go onto a leg brace. Once upon a time I broke my knee. Not a good look. And that simply just wraps around a couple of times, just like that. And it kept my camera to me at all times. Like, there was only so far the camera was going to go. And I extended it all the way, just lifted it right up off the floor, even with the wheels, extended it all the way up over a crowd as they were dancing, and got some really cool shots. And I'll be sure to put those in the video. So that's what I did with the monopod. And the monopod, I believe, was about $9, and I bought it at Target. Standard thread, and the thread is actually really short. If you can see that, the thread is really short, but I was able to thread on my FS100 straight onto the monopod without any quick release brace or anything, and it really held tight throughout the whole day. I shot wedding and reception with that in June, and it held up the whole day. Even when I was raising it above people's heads, I never felt like it was insecure and it was going to fall on somebody. Never had that problem. So that's what I did with a monopod. The entire project would probably run about $15. A little more if you're going to add in the strap and the brace and you don't have anything just kind of laying around. This is why it's good to keep old knee braces and things of that nature, because you never know when you're going to need a big wide strap of Velcro. So on to the next project.
For this build, you're going to need PVC cutters, 2 PVC T-joints. I'm using a 1/2 inch PVC pipe, and I have a 2-foot section. You're going to need 2 end caps and approximately a 1-pound weight. Also, an electric outlet cover.
Okay, for this build, I'm going to start off pretty much winging it. All of these parts have been taken from other projects, or I have them left over, except the weight. That was from an actual weight set, and I don't really use it because it's only 1 1/4 pounds. I'm going to pick this up, see about how high I want it, and I think I'm going to cut it about here. taken from this very small tripod that I got, I believe, at a dollar store, and I took it apart just because I wanted that little screw head with a little bit of cushion right there. So if you ever see those kind of really small, tripods in a store, I urge you to just pick a couple of them up, just because you never know. And that's going to sit right on top. That's perfect. This is going to stick out from the side. Now that's sticking out a little bit farther than I want. And instead of cutting it, I think I'm going to look and see if I have a smaller piece. I actually do have a smaller piece. I like that better. The handle on it, that fits my hand. This fits my hand perfectly. So as you can see, I've taken the existing head, or release plate as I can call it, and snapped it right on here. That goes into a T that has the other half down here, and the T has this. It's probably about 5 inches with a cap on it, and I think it's wide enough for my hand to grip firmly. Now I'm going to save this for something else because this will be used. PVC is like the filmmaker's Lego. So I can take the weight, slide it on there, stick it on with a cap, and I'm free to go. Now, because it's doing a little bit of kind of shifting, what I can do is actually put some washers down on there, or I can stick a piece of foam down inside, and I have a ton of foam insulation. So this is my glider cam. You can clearly see it. I can hold it just in front of me. I can move it around, and it will be properly balanced no matter how I move. I think that this will be a pretty good addition to the rest of the equipment that I already have. Now, DIY builds are very, very good, but they kind of sometimes can't substitute for things that you really need to buy. So far, the only thing that I've bought and kept are my tripods. Most of you know that I did get a Manfrotto tripod with my Full Sail University Technology package my second year, so I do have that I did not purchase. But I do like to experiment with PVC and all types of DIYs because I do believe that they can enhance my production value. I'm not going to say that I will always use DIY, but you know, I like to keep things low budget and pretty much try to help everybody else who is also trying to become a filmmaker on a shoestring budget. So for now, those are the 2 items that I cannot live without. A bonus item I will show you using this exact same head, and this is why the head was already on there. If I take this off, and I have just another I have another elbow with a joint on the end. Let me see. I had it going a certain way. Oh yeah, just like this. You take this, you make it an arm. This right here was the other arm. Make sure that doesn't go away. I need to use an elbow. I'm going to show you exactly how I did this. Elbow, connect that there. You have got yourself a shoulder mount. So, like I said, DIY is excellent. if you can do it. Trust me, I would normally, if I was going to take this equipment out, I would paint it black. And because I'm going to be taking out the stabilizer tomorrow, I am going to paint it before I use it, just so that you don't see a bunch of serial numbers and old price tags laying about on it. But I encourage everybody to just buy a bunch of PVC and a bunch of connections and see what you can come up with. I know that the Frugal Filmmaker has a lot of DIY builds. There's a Steadicam with like a two-hand kind of thing. That's an awesome thing to kind of get into. But toss it around, try it out. You just never know what you might come up with. So for now, this has been Lavetta from the SheBusy Life and SheBusy Productions, showing you exactly what I do in the SheBusy office, coming up with some DIYs and some great tutorials. So until next time, see you guys later.